What is up, you guys? Welcome to a first breakdown, actually second breakdown of a song. I'm JDS, aka Joseph. Flip that, but that's okay. Yeah, I'm just here to give you guys a little kind of breakdown, a little tutorial about my new song, Innocence. Just kind of a little bit of breakdown, structure, lyrics, kind of just all meshed together. Just kind of give a general kind of just breakdown of it. It's my most recent song that came out. I'm really happy. I loved how this one turned out. A little story behind this one. I was not planning to drop anything after the album. I said I wasn't gonna do a deluxe, but I found this beat and I fell in love with this melody and this chorus, and I love how this turned out. That I had to put it out there. I thought the hook for it, the chorus on it, was super catchy. I loved how it turned out, and just the elements in here and just how it all just kind of played together and played by itself worked phenomenally. But yeah, let's just hop right back. Let's just hop right into it. So at the beginning of it, unfortunately, I can't play it because then my whole system will crash. But I will be playing it on a different version. But you can hear the beginning. Little kids kind of just playing in the background. That's just a clip. That's just some sound effects, some background sound effects that I got off YouTube, and you can just kind of just download those and I just kind of put that in the pack. I feel like that gave that beginning of those little kids playing in the playground, I felt like it gave such a perfect picture of what I was trying to describe and what I was going for in this song. And it's all about innocence, all about, the things that we, those memories, that time, all that stuff that we cherish as we were kids, those thoughts, the purity, everything, and that kind of just as we were children, just trying to get back at who that person was. Try to get back to that person that we once knew, trying to reach out to them and say, hey, life's way different out here than it is. And I feel like just that beginning of those of that, just kind of like that brings you into the song, is just perfect. And then you have the piano kind of coming in, super perfect. I love how that just kind of just perfectly goes into it. Freaking lost the file, but just the piano, just the soft tone of it, and just the way it just goes into it, super calm, not too much, not too heavy on it, not too much on it. It comes in at just the just around the perfect time, and we can play back to it one more time. But that's just how it slowly fades in. You have the kids playing in the background, you have something, and then you just hear and that's just, I think that just encapsulates just perfect this intro of just them playing in the playground, but you're also hearing this kind of sad melodic piano. I felt fit perfectly what I was trying to convey. And then you hear that, if you actually are wearing headphones, you'll hear that something way to the right and kind of feels like it's towards the back is playing the chorus, and that would be this down here. As you can see right here, it says R51. That means it's panned all to the right. So if you're wearing headphones, that will be towards the right mostly. And it's just the chorus. It's actually the high part of the chorus that doesn't show up until the second chorus over here. But that's just the high part of the chorus, kind of slowly fading in the back to give you some kind of an idea of what you're going to be listening to. And I feel like that plays it perfect. Of just, you're still hearing the piano, you're still hearing the children play, but you're hearing innocence, you're hearing what's going on, and you're kind of just like, whoa, like what's kind of going on? And then it kind of perfectly transitions, 30 seconds, still hearing that chorus, I lost it. And then for the producer tag, kind of comes in here real quick. I feel like it was a little abrupt, which wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. But what I did for that is I wanted to also give that first chorus a little impact. So I went into where the producer tag, and right before the beat hits right about here for the first chorus, you'll see that it goes all the way down to about negative 17 decibels. So it brings it all the way down. And then as soon as you hit that first piano chord, and then innocence, and it like raises up. So you go down really quick, and then boom, innocence, I lost. And then you go right into the first chorus. The first chorus, I always, in all of my songs, I make very simple, not a lot of layering, not a lot of ad-libs, not a lot of harmony. Very simple, get the point across, get the catchiness, get the rhythm of it, super down. I do that in I'm Okay Now. I do that in Goodbyes. Those are songs where the first chorus is simple and easy, and then the last one is just big and grand, and this is a perfect definition of it. That's what I like. It's a perfect definition of it. You start with a very simple first chorus, first hook, get the idea down, and at the last one make it as big as humanly possible. So we can just listen back to it again. Innocence. Just play it back. Just hear the beat go down, super quiet, and then just shoot right back up. Innocence, innocence. And then for my vocals, I think I was rocking a little bit of auto-tune. I was actually rocking full auto-tune. Interesting. But this didn't require a lot of auto-tune or a lot of messing around with it. It was really good. It was really simple. It was really easy. And just the chorus right here, the kind of purple darkish ones, that's just kind of it. And it's the same thing, I think, just layered on top of each other. But this one has got a pitch, and this entire yellow track, you'll see it for this chorus, see it for the second chorus, and the last one as well. If you know NF, you know that in some of his songs, especially his recent one, Just Like You, and a couple of other ones, you'll hear like kind of like a little kid kind of singing along with him, is what it would sound like, is the best way I would describe it. And it's like a perfect, like he's like rapping about like his, hook or chorus, but then it sounds like a little kid's also like with him, but that's just his vocals pitched down to sound like a little kid. And I feel like that's what I was trying to replicate here in this song, because I felt like that was perfect. I have my vocals, but then I also have like a little kid kind of beside me singing it too. And I think that was probably the biggest thing in this song that was so hard to nail down. It was just finding that right pitch on my voice to finally, like, okay, does that sound like a little kid talking? Does that sound like, does that sound like right? And that took a long time to do. That took freaking forever. I still don't think I got it just right at the end of the song, but I think I got it pretty good. So you'll hear it in the chorus. You'll hear my vocal, but then I think it's only in a couple. I lost it. That's when you'll only hear it in the first chorus. So if you just want to listen. Innocence. Just my innocence. I lost it. Innocence. Innocence. I lost it. Yeah, so you can barely hear it. I didn't make it super present because I knew that the kind of the pitch on it didn't sound like the way I wanted it to, which is okay. I mean, it wasn't terrible. It still gave a good element to the song. But yeah, I wish that was a little more refined, because I feel like that would have taken it to the next level. But I still love how it came out in the end, and I still love how it just all played out. I think it was really, really good. And then we hop right into the first verse. Nothing too fancy here. You got your main thing broken up. I think it was just kind of a one take, or it might have been a couple takes. It was a couple takes for sure. I know I didn't get it on the first try. But you just have your main thing. Get your effects here on the left. Very simple. Kind of just going on here. No auto tune. But then up here, is it? Is it not? It is not. Okay, so you'll hear and I'll play it right now. You'll hear in the verses, you'll hear the main verse kind of wrapping itself out, and then you'll also be hearing some background vocals in your ears. That's just kind of me. That was just kind of me just humming into the mic. This will be this top blue one up here of me just I think it was like whoa. Ooh, whoa, like kind of just stuff like that, just kind of as the verse, because I feel like that would just really kind of just gave it a little layer extra something. Also too, you don't really hear it at all. I thought it would have been a little bit more present, but I still kept in the little kids playing on the playground almost throughout the entire song. So you have it in the beginning here. This will be this blue one right here. It's in the background of the entire verse, and in the second verse too. I think it needed to be a little more present. I didn't really hear it 100% sure for definitely sure. But that's definitely still in the song. It definitely made the final cut. We'll just kind of glance over the verse because I want to break down the lyrics a little bit more for it. But yeah, let's kind of just break down the lyrics and I'll kind of continue with that. So, Innocence, I lost it. I came up with that hook kind of very simple. It is very simple. And I felt like that's just kind of a place that I was at, and a place that I feel like a lot of people are also at too. I did a poll on my Instagram, and I did a little thing. Is innocence something you keep as a child or you kind of lose? And it was really interesting because I put polls and people responded to them. It's awesome, but this one got a lot of attention, which was really interesting. People who barely like comment on anything, barely do like see my story, or whatever. They even like put their opinion in, and this got like a lot of feedback, which I was really shocked about. It was really funny too because all my, I would say, innocent friends, or all my friends that I know that have a little more enclosed of life, said that you do keep your innocence. And then all my friends I like nowadays, and the ones I kind of do life with, were all like, yeah, you kind of lose it. So it was really interesting to see the types of people and see what their response and what their reaction and what they were saying. But the first verse: when did we know we were living in the good old days? When was the day you realized that you lived through them already? I think that was just profound. When did we know we were living in the good old days? Like, when did you know? Because everyone says, oh, the good old days. Oh, those good old days back in 1942, freaking forever, whatever. But when do you know you're living them? I feel like I think I'm in, but I've also lived some of my glory days. Back when I was at Quest, I had a ton of friends. Life was good. There was a party almost every week. Summer, formals, like bunch of crap. Church, so many things. And I took a when I was writing this down, I took a step back and I was like, when do you realize though? Because you have to live through them already, and then you realize after the fact. But when do you ever stop and realize when you're at a party or you're having boatload of fun with your friends, are those the good days that you're gonna think about or rethink about and saying, those were the days those were the good old days, And it's just crazy, this idea, and just that first sentence for me was just like, wow, when did you realize, you lived through them already? Because you lived through them. There's no going back. There's no changing it. And I just think that's super huge and super just impactful. Moving on. No time to cherish, no time to hold, us being young, not a care in the world. All we thought about was fun, and take me back to those days. No time to cherish, no time to hold. No time to cherish, no time to hold. You don't realize you're living in those good old days. Not a care, us being young, not a care in the world. We didn't have a care in the freaking world. We were at Quest. We would do our studies. We would do our tests. We would go to parties. We would have fun, summer, friends, church, like all those stuff, not a care in the world. All we thought about was fun. Like I said, all we thought about was fun. Take me back to those days. God, those were the days. If I could go back in time, I would relive. As much as people say high school was the worst, and high school was the worst. It sucked. It was a blown up mess, just with drama, school, blah 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 blah. But those are still the days I would want to go back to, because those are the days I had the most fun. I had the most friends. I was living life. I didn't have to worry, not a care in the world. Moving on, take me back to those days when I was innocent, when I was hopeful, and I was happy. No anxious thoughts attacking me. When I was innocent, when I was hopeful, when I was happy. This is just real stuff. When I was all these things, and some days now I'm happy, some days now I'm hopeful. It just all depends. No anxious thoughts attacking me. Nobody really dealt with, anxiousness, anxiety. Yeah, we had school. Yeah, we had stuff going on, but no one really dealt with that in a serious way, But nowadays, it's crazy, just how anxiousness can be. And then kind of just moving on, my mental peace has left me. Innocence slowly chipped away until I am what remains. This person's not the same, Lord God, he's not the same. I felt like that was such a great analogy. First, my mental peace has left me. It kind of just goes back and forth. Sometimes my mental peace. Innocence slowly chipped away. So I feel like when I got this picture of you, kind of just your heart is like, not a heart of stone, but you're kind of, it's this heart of like pure substance. And every time, you learn something where something goes wrong, and innocence is kind of just tink, kind of just slowly chipped away until you are what remains. Is it a lot that's been chipped away? Is it not? Or is there a lot that's been chipped away? or have you kept a lot of that still intact? And it just kind of just depends for each person. But this person's not the same. Lord God is not the same. I'm definitely not the same person I was freshman year. That's for dang sure. But yeah, right at the one part though, when we're going back to lyrics, what time church no harm like care. The part when I say take me back to those days, over here you can see that it's actually double layered, and this one is the same things, the same words being said, but it's got a pitch shifter over here, and what it means is just brings my voice down to kind of that little kid that I was trying to say in the chorus. But just that one part, I'll play it right now. I'll just take me back to those days. I feel like that's also me saying to my younger self, take me back to those days. Like, take me back to those. It's like my inner child wanting and longing for that kind of just take me back to those days. You'll hear it right now.
When did we know we were living in the good old days? And when was the day you realized that you lived through them already? No time to cherish, no time to hold. Us being young, not a care in the world. All we thought about was fun. And take me back to those days when I was innocent, when I was hopeful, when I was happy. No anxious thoughts attacking me. My mental peace has left me. Innocence slowly chipped away till I am what remains. This person's not the same. Lord God, he's not the same.
All right, before we get into the second chorus, there's just a little bit of ad-libs kind of towards the end. Lamb, what remains. Person's not the same. That's just those two words are doubled. And then the last one, Lord God is not the same. Kind of just ending off on a high point, because then we get to finally a kind of a more full second chorus, as you can see here. Everything is kind of almost looks exactly the same. So you have the main, the purple up top, that's the main Innocence. That pitched down kid, or pitched up actually. Wow, I need to actually be saying it's pitched up, not down. Pitched up vocal of kind of the little kid, you could say. And then we have a high part that wasn't prevalent or relevant in the first chorus. You only hear it at the beginning, but it's really fainted. And that high part really kind of just gave it that extra level of just innocence. And you'll hear it right now, and it just kind of elevates it to kind of just a whole level, kind of just that high part, and just all of this just really, really meshing together. I actually did not notice that this was actually towards the right the entire time. That should have been more centered for the rest of the song. I only needed it at this beginning part. Interesting. So it's always been over there. Huh. Well, that's kind of interesting. But yeah, we'll play it right now.
Wait till I am what remains. This person's not the same. Lord God, he's not the same. Innocence, innocence. I lost it. Innocence, innocence. I lost it. Innocence, innocence. I lost it. Innocence, innocence. I lost it.
And for that high part, I also turned way down. I turned that way down because... Oh, wait, no, it is centered. I'm just looking at it wrong. I turned that way down. I didn't want that high parts. I want it there, but I didn't want it 100% there because... okay. Oh, is it interesting? I wanted it there, but I didn't want it too much there because I still wanted to make the last chorus super, super big and super impactful. Like, I wanted that to really be the thing in the song. And I think I really love how I captured that. But that's just kind of how it is. And then we're going on to the second verse. Kind of same thing. We have some whoa, oh, whoa, just in the background. Same with the elementary school kids kind of playing the playground effect. We'll kind of break down a little bit of this second verse. Thoughts of pure, thoughts of joy, thoughts of life being good when I was older. This is kind of referring back to my younger self. Thoughts of pure, thoughts of joy. all of that, thoughts of life being good when I was older. That's all I thought about. Maybe my life will be better when I'm older. My life's gonna be 100 times better when I'm older. That was kind of that was kind of foolish and a mistake. But then kind of going back to myself with this next part is only see them now and then, miss the feeling of back then. I think I'm different now. I'm different now. I only see those thoughts of being good when I was older now and then, because it's a lot of negatives, a lot of stuff, a lot more pressure, anxiety, so many things. And I miss the feeling of back then, I miss the feeling of back then, the thoughts of pure, thoughts of joy. I think I'm different now. I'm different now. I am different now. Whew. Mind is dirty. It's been through the mud. It's hard to clean up. That's just facts. Doesn't matter how you've been brought up or how you've been raised. You just know that your mind eventually, your mind gets dirty. Not like in a horrible bad way. Just your mind just gets dirty with all the stuff, all the information. People, words, things you hear, things you see. Like, your mind gets dirty. It gets been through the mud, and it's hard to clean up. I think that's the most real thing about this song right here, is just your mind gets dirty. You have this clean, beautiful, pure, innocent mind, and slowly but surely, like I said, it chips away and it gets dirty. And that's just kind of how it is, with life. And it's sad, but it's true. Hard to clean up. Family was close together, friends even closer. Every day was a party. Everyone was living the story. And that's just kind of back to the whole idea of how my life was just so much fun back in high school. Of just, my family was close together. Everybody was living in the house. Nobody was really going anywhere. We had stuff going on, but we still all had family dinners together. We were close. Friends even closer. Back to that whole thing of just, we had so many friends, so many friend groups, so many things. Every day was a party. Back to what I was saying of, we always had someone's house to go to, pool party, formal event, always church, something. Every day was a party, and everyone was living the story, bro. Everybody was living the story. Everyone could be like, yo, I was there. I remember that story. Yo, I remember laughing there. Yo, I remember doing all that stuff. I remember being there. Now I'm here, and I'm talking, and I'm mourning. Will I ever see that glory? I'm just reminiscing now. I'm talking here, and I'm mourning and saying, sad to those past days. Will I ever see that glory? Well, I don't think so. The days of old, the tales of time. Now I sit and I rhyme. Help me get it back. The days of old. Like I say, back to that good old days. Tales of time. Sounds like a freaking fairy tale or some crap. Now I sit and I rhyme. Help me get it back. Help me get it back. Help me get it back. My innocence and joy. Feel like this life I can't enjoy. Younger self, if you can hear this, don't grow up. It's not worth it. Don't wish for this. And this last part, for me at least, was kind of just this eye opener of, when I was younger, I wanted to grow up. You can ask my mom, you can ask my brother, you can ask anybody. I wanted to grow up. I wanted my license. I wanted to be an adult. I wanted to do stuff. I just wanted to do it. I wanted to be older because I saw so many people be older, and I thought, how much fun it looked. But this is just finally me realizing, trying to send a message to my younger self. If you can hear this, don't grow up. It's not worth it. Don't wish for this. If my younger self, if I could time travel, I would say it takes so much, even though it was a lot of drama in school and hardships, take all of that and just still enjoy the fun moments, because when you grow up, you don't want to wish for this. The thoughts of you saying, I wish I was older, don't say that, because it is where you are now, and it's sad because you're looking back on those days and you think how quickly it just kind of went past. Enough about lyrics. No, I'm just rambling. We get to the final big chorus. I always like to bring the last chorus big and strong, especially when I do it in goodbyes. I'm okay now. I can't really think of another song where the kind of all of it just kind of really comes together. Yeah, this one too, Innocence, and it's the same thing. Still keeping the basic pattern. You have the high part, the child part, again you can say, and then the main part, high part turned down, way up. So it's a lot more prevalent now. I'll play the second verse, actually, before we get into it. I'll actually maybe go back to that. But yeah, so this high part completely pitched up, 100%. Then you have kind of, I would say, ad lib slash in between parts. So innocence, innocence, and then that's that kind of the I lost. There's that pause there. So it's something kind of just to fill in that pause. So innocence, innocence, oh my innocence, it kind of just beautifully connects everything. That's it for vocals, but I did something a little bit different that normally I wouldn't normally do. So the beat for this song was really good, but I wanted to amp it up kind of towards the end. So I put two separate tracks, one of them all the way to the left and all the way to the right. So if you listen back to the song, and we'll go back, listen to the song real quick. As soon as that last chorus comes in, you can hear the beat kind of flip a switch, and then it's big. The chorus on it is just big, and that was what I was really going for in the song, was just a big chorus, and this really elevated. So you have kind of the beat, one solely for one ear and one solely for the other ear, just to give this the extra level of just kind of just that not cinematic, but kind of just that big open feel for it. So we'll play the second verse, and I'll show you right now.
Thoughts of pure, thoughts of joy, thoughts of life being good when I was older. Only see them now and then. Miss the feeling of back then. I think I'm different now. I'm different now. Mind is dirty. It's been through the mud. It's hard to clean up. A family was close together. Friends even closer. Every day was a party. Everyone was living the story. Now I'm here and I'm talking and I'm mourning. Will I ever see that glory? The days of old, the tales of time. Now I sit and I rhyme. Help me get it back, my innocence and joy. I feel like this life I can't enjoy. A younger self, if you could hear this, don't go up, it's not worth it. Don't wish for this.
Real quick too, before the last giant chorus, I put one ad lib, and it's just me kind of crying out again, don't wish for this. That's kind of layered. But then I'll show you right now how the beat, you'll hear the beat kind of just, it's good, it's centered, it's kind of where it is. And then you'll hear it kind of just really quickly flip a switch, and you can just hear how big and grand it is. And another thing too that I feel like music, some people do it really well, other people not so much, or they need to do it more, is taking the beat out for a second. And that's what I also did here in this final chorus, is you'll hear it and it's amazing. You have innocence, you think it's just kind of how it gonna go, just how it kind of go, how it is, innocence, and then you get to this big part of the first part of I lost it, but the beat cuts, and I put a ton of effects on. I put a bunch of reverb on just that one high part, just to make it kind of go crazy, and then bring itself back right when it comes back to the other innocence, and it fits so well. You're just innocence, and then the beat stops, and you're just engulfed with all of these harmonies and layers, and all this reverb kind of just saturates you for about a split second and takes you right back into the beat. And it's my favorite part about this song, is that just that beat gets taken away just for a split second, and then boom, it just comes back in, and you're just like, whoa. So listen to how the beat is. It's really cool.
Say it and I rhyme, help me get it back, my innocence and joy. I feel like this life I can't enjoy. A younger self, if you could hear this, don't go up, it's not worth it. Don't wish for this. Innocence, innocence, I lost it. Innocence, innocence, I lost it.
All right before we go to the end, just that crazy high part. I lost it. God, so good. Also too, if you notice, if you're wearing headphones, this ad lib or kind of fill part in the middle, it has an auto panner or auto pan. Panning something to the left or something to the right. This auto does it for you. So you play it, and I slowed it down so where it kind of goes like this right in your ear. It just kind of just a circle. You'll hear it this year, hear it in that one, and they'll come back to this one, and you'll hear it on the song. If you're wearing headphones, maybe you listen to it in the car, you can kind of hear it. But I love how those ad libs just kind of travel around you, and just you kind of hear it as all of these other harmonies are being, sung, and I love how that kind of just slowly goes around your ears and it's kind of just soothing in my opinion. But yeah, and then another quick thing too, I wanted the last bit of the beat to kind of just be really big, so what I did is I got a freaking stereo expander, which made just literally just widen, which just makes everything kind of just really big on the beat. That's why you can also hear a difference. And I literally just expanded it 300% left ear, 300% and right. Also to put some reverb on it, kind of just to give it a little different effect. And it came out really good. The kind of the clicks and the hits on it are a little more punchier, I could say, when you put the reverb on it, and it sounded so well done. So let's play that last chorus again, then we'll finish off with that last part.
Tales of time, now I sit and I rhyme. I won't wish for this. Innocence, innocence. I lost it. Innocence, innocence. I lost it. Innocence, innocence. I lost it. Innocence, innocence. I lost it.
Love that. Love that. Love it. That final chorus is beautiful. The beat goes back down, still doubled. And then you kind of have the same thing going on at the beginning. Like you have just the high part kind of just singing to you. Kind of a little more in the background, but a little more present. You hear it right now. And yeah, just that kind of just fades out. I love how that fades out of just I lost it, and it kind of just stays a little bit, kind of lingers there a little bit, and it just kind of just ends right there. And I love making just how this giant big chorus, I love how it was. I love how the beat's taken out and it just comes back in hard. You have vocals on it. I'm really proud of this song. I love how it turned out. It was just a phenomenal song to make. I enjoyed every part of it. It came really fast, actually. It came together pretty quick. I had the idea how I wanted to tackle it, how I wanted it to sound, and it sounded just the way I envisioned it. I had the little kids in the background, the harmonies, the vocals, the big chorus at the end, the beat taken out, like. Everything fits so well in this song, and I love how it turned out, and it reflects such an idea and such a not a memory, but such a idea, such a concept for me that I still am struggle with, of just this innocence that you have, that you either lose, you either still have with you, and just I love how this song tackled that problem so well. I love how this was a message kind of to my younger self. And I love how this just flowed so well throughout the entire song. If I could make an album of just kind of songs like these, of just tackling problems with a piano beat and making a big ending, I would do that like forever. But yeah, I kept this song a secret for the most part. Some special people listened to it before it was released, and they loved it. So shout out to you guys if you heard it before it got released. I know my buddy Sean, I was hyping this one up to him so much. He I hope is what his expectations for it were very high, and I think I kind of met them. I don't know, but I'm really proud of this song. I love how it came out. To make this song all over again would be so much fun. This will not be, unfortunately, in any upcoming projects. This will just be a standalone song by itself. I was thinking about doing a deluxe, and if I was gonna have an unforeseen future deluxe, I don't think this one also would have made it because it just doesn't really fit with the album. But yeah, no, this song came out recently. Go listen, go check it out. It's really good. I recommend listening to it with headphones because it's the best experience. But I'm working on new stuff right now. Stay tuned for that. The I'm Okay remix is also dropping here very, very, very soon. I'm going to probably announce that this weekend. And yeah, thank you for watching this first background, guys, and more to come. Thanks.